Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So, yesterday, the first teaser trailer for the FNAF movie, the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, dropped. And I saw it, at the moment it was posted on, Universal's YouTube channel. And, to say the least, I'm worried. I am worried about the FNAF movie. So, first off, I have to say that this is coming from a person that grew up with FNAF, alright? I grew up with the FNAF series. I remember when Markiplier was playing FNAF 1, and then I remember when FNAF 2 came out, and then I was anticipating 3, and then 4, and then Sister Location, and then Pizzeria Simulator. And I have to say, the first 4 Five Nights at Freddy's games, great. Great horror games. Not perfect, but in my opinion, they're still really, really good horror games. Another thing, I know a lot of people, I've seen it in the comments section, and more people actually reviewing the teaser trailer. It seems that a lot of people are letting their nostalgic bias from the past come back and be like, oh, this movie's so good because I used to play the games as a kid and I've been wanting a movie as a kid. But as someone who grew up with the series and loved it as a kid, I'm not gonna let that childhood bias get to me. Because honestly, I grew tired of the FNAF series after Sister Location. I remember anticipating it, and when it came out, I was super excited to play it, and when I actually played it, it wasn't good. I don't like it. People ask me, or not many people ask me, but I've always told people that, to me, the FNAF series ended with FNAF 3. For me, that is the end of the FNAF series. that is a great ending for the FNAF series, is FNAF 3. Maybe FNAF 4, maybe they wanted to expand on the series and talk about, William Afton's past and the kid whose name I can't remember right now, and the Bite of 83. I guess if, you couldn't leave those questions up in the air or not. So, they made FNAF 4, so I thought that was fine. But then Sister Location was announced, and I was like, oh, okay, I see what's happening. The series is being made purely for money now. It happens way too often. Series are usually just made for money. They're usually made for attention, because FNAF is huge. It was huge back then, and it's still huge now. Hell, we have a movie now. And I honestly think the FNAF series fell hard. I saw footage for Security Breach. Not even gonna play it. I don't even care about the FNAF series anymore. It's just, to me, FNAF ended with FNAF 3, and it's done. Everything else that comes after that, I don't care how much it has to do with the original game. I don't care how much the lore is connected between the first 3 games and 4 and onward. To me, they're not canon, alright? They are not canon. They exist, but they don't connect with the story of the original 3 games. Speaking of the movie now, I'm sorry I went on that huge tangent about FNAF. I just wanted to get that out of my system, that I think FNAF fell off hard. It's not as good as it used to be. It's not as scary as it used to be. It's more like a kid's game now. And when I saw the FNAF movie teaser, that kind of reflected a lot as well, because I actually searched up the age rating for what the FNAF movie's age rating is going to be. I remember me and my friend a few months ago, before the trailer was brought out, we speculated, oh, is it going to be rated R? Is it going to be for adults? Is there going to be a lot of gore? A lot of violence? Because the FNAF story is not for kids, in my opinion. The story is dark, gruesome, it's sad, depressing, distressing as well. And just overall, I never really saw FNAF as a kid's game. I mean, yeah, kids played it even back when it first came out. But to me, there was a rush. There was a rush of adrenaline of me playing a game that was obviously meant for much older kids, but I was an 8-year-old playing FNAF, or 9, or the game came out in 2014. Don't remember how old I was when it first came out. But the FNAF movie is going to be rated PG-13. Yeah. That worries me. That worries me. And it goes back to my original topic, was I feel like the FNAF security breach really ruined what the FNAF series originally was, which was a game that had a very gruesome plot line, a very dark and like disturbing plot line. But oh, Security Breach is a fun game for kids, and you're a little kid running around hiding from the big scary robots, and there's a white woman jump scare. That is actually a meme. That's the only good thing from that game, in my opinion, is white woman jump scare. The Vanessa jump scare. That is funny as hell. It's still really depressing that that's what the series has been watered down to, but it's still kind of funny in my opinion. So, seeing the trailer, it just really looks like it's gonna be another generic hide from the monsters movie. Like, if you guys have seen movies like the Banana Splits movie and Willy's Wonderland, which were both essentially FNAF games, FNAF movies, you know, a guy in a pizzeria or some sort of like family restaurant, like hiding from animatronics and maybe fighting them. That's what this movie is basically going to be. I feel like it might be similar to those movies, and if not, it might be similar to Chucky, which is pretty much, you know, hiding from the like trying to survive the monsters, and then at the end they start killing all of them. I feel like that's what's going to happen. The designs of the animatronics. Yeah, that's another thing that I really don't like. When I first saw the thumbnail for the video of the teaser trailer, I was like, is this fan made? Like, I genuinely thought when that thumbnail came down on my screen and I saw it and it said FNAF movie official trailer, I was like, is that fan made? And then I saw the Universal Pictures logo and I was like, is this real? And then I clicked on the video and I watched it and I was like, maybe this might be one of those fake fan-made like YouTube channels that, like, I remember back then when people started making like fake Nintendo America channels to like advertise like Shrek or Steve in Smash Bros. Before Steve actually came into Smash Bros. So I clicked on the Universal channel expecting it to be like a fan-made channel with just that one video. No, it was the real Universal channel with over 7 million subscribers, and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. The designs of the animatronics, like, compare them to like, you can barely see them because they were like, it was like so dark you could barely see them, but from what I did see, I brightened up some of the images of Freddy and Bonnie when they're like really close to the screen. It looks fake. Like, it doesn't look real. It doesn't look like how I imagined the animatronics would look like. Go back to the first FNAF game. Look at how they look. They look run down. They look like kind of destroyed just a little bit. Not as destroyed as in FNAF 2 with like the actual withered animatronics, but like the first game where they look like they've like lived a long life, and they look like they're kind of run down from just like, you know, dancing up on stage every single day for God knows how many years, and it doesn't look right. Like, they have some sort of like felt, like some fluffy felt for the skin, or like for the fur, I mean, and like kind of like the plastic, you know those like plastic eyes on the plushies, they kind of use that for the nose. And like there's obviously the hat and the ears and everything. It looks kind of felt. I'll put up some pictures right here, right there. Ooh, pictures. And it doesn't look right. It looks like, and a lot. It looks like, again, it looks fan made. It looks like it's computer generated. Not even joking. Some people might say, no, it looks real. It looks real. No, to me, they genuinely look computer generated. Not even joking. Like, and another thing that absolutely destroyed me that absolutely destroyed me were the eyes. The eyes look stupid. Red eyes on villains is dumb. It's not scary, it's not evil, it just looks edgy and stupid. I remember back when I first watched the Terminator, like, you might be like, oh, it makes sense because they're robots and robots can do like the red eye thing, like, okay, yeah, go back to the first Terminator film. Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator, had red eyes, but that made more sense because the Terminator and the first movie, at least, was actually kind of scary. It was actually kind of menacing, and the red eyes made it even worse. And it had a reason to have red eyes because it was kind of like a scanner that would read its surroundings. I don't know if maybe in the FNAF movie that's going to be like the same thing where they have scanners for the eyes that scan around and scan people and stuff. But it just looks stupid. Go back to the first FNAF game. I'm going to put up a picture right here. Warning, I'm going to put up that one picture of Bonnie and Freddy when they have the white eyes. I know some people don't like that image and it might catch them off guard. So I'm going to be warning you. I'm going to put up pictures in 3, 2, 1. Right here. That is scary. I was having a talk with my friend last night when we saw the trailer. And I actually used these photos to compare like the newer red eyes from the older red eyes. And he actually started telling me about how much it traumatized them as a kid to see those like white eyes, and how looking at them even now is still very unsettling to them. And I can understand seeing those eyes and being unsettled. Like almost every single animatronic in the FNAF games had those white eyes, had like the completely black hollow eyes with the pupil. And yeah, it's just a better design in my opinion. I'm running out of air talking about this thing. The location of the pizzeria looks good, you know. I'd imagine that that's what a kid's pizzeria might look like. You know, it's got the party room, it's got the prize corner, the ball pit. Pretty good, you know. I give them props for the set design, and I guess, you know, the animatronic design. It looks good. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the animatronics are like lazily made and like crappy. No, they look pretty good. It's just that I don't like how kid friendly they've made them. There is one scene in the trailer where like this animatronic mask is coming up to this guy's face and it's got like shredding things. So I guess that's gonna be like a gory and scary moment. And but I'm not counting on this movie being that gory or like as sinister as the first game was. What I also don't like is that they incorporated children into the movie. I'm not saying I hate kids in movies. Well, I mean, sometimes. But why almost every single one of these movies where they're in some sort of place and they're being chased by a monster, they always have to have a child? Jurassic Park, Child's Play, I don't know, but almost every single horror movie has to have the obligatory helpless child that's being chased by the animatronics, but the monsters, but the monsters can't hurt them because God forbid you'd break that one Hollywood rule where children are not allowed to be hurt. I hate that trope so much, with children being chased around in horror movies, but you can't hurt them because they're children, and it would be really bad and distressing to see children die. Children died in the original FNAF game, so maybe these children might get killed off. I'm not saying I like watching kids being killed in movies, but like, you know, be realistic with the actual game, you know. William Afton is also in the trailer. I really like, I'll tell you one thing, I really liked how they used an older actor instead of like a really young, sexy, hot actor, because now the William Afton like fans cannot simp over this William Afton. Well, most of them won't, because I'm pretty sure most of the people who simp for William Afton are like small children. So I'm glad that they made Afton an old man instead of like this young, hot, sexy hunk. So like, good, you know, good. No fan service. Like, it's good to do fan service, but not that type of fan service. So, all in all, am I gonna watch the movie? Probably, you know, why the hell not? It's a movie that's based on a game from my childhood. I might watch it. Who knows? And maybe when the newer trailer comes out, because this is just a teaser, so I'm already expecting a newer trailer to come out. Who knows? And maybe we're gonna get more footage, more animatronics, more gore. Never know. But that's just my thoughts on the trailer that's out right now. Sorry if I sounded way too harsh. I just speak what's on my mind, you know. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And thank you for hearing my thoughts on the new FNAF movie teaser trailer. I'll link it in the description down below in case you guys haven't seen it, or I don't know how you haven't seen it because it's actually #1 on trending right now. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.